Hi everybody, I am Saeed and you are watching one of the videos from my channel The Key. In this video I want to tell you how it is possible to unleash the power of your webcam and transform it from a simple webcam to a real streaming and recording device. You may have heard a lot about increasing the quality of your videos and your images by changing the condition of lighting around you. It is a real game changer, and of course I tell you, you need to follow all of those recommendations. It is really helpful and changes anything about your videos. But in this video I don't want to talk about that issue. I want to talk about another kind of game changer. Think about the fact that your webcam is a device which picks up several images per second. For example, 30 or 60 images per second. Think about 30. When it takes those images, it also needs to process all of them one by one in real time. Because it needs to pick that image and change a lot of things that you have configured underneath, in background. It needs to take an image and process it to change its gain, exposure, white balance, and several other things. And also in many cases it needs to follow your face when you're moving from side to side. And because of that, its very weak processor is unable to process all of these things at the same time. And finally, for example, it takes 30 images and say it can process only 10 out of 30. It means that you have a very laggy video at the end. And what we can do about it, of course, the only answer is that you need to use a more powerful processor. But we are unable to change the processor inside our webcam. But we already have a really more powerful processor. Here it is, inside your computer. The idea is that we want to unload all of those things from your webcam and send it to your computer. Instead of your webcam, your computer will process all of these things in real time. In this video, I'm using Logitech Webcam C207T. Of course, it is not appropriate at all for streaming or recording videos for YouTube, but you will see the result. To change the configuration of the webcam, we need a software. Because the Windows doesn't have any native software, as far as I know at least, to change this configuration. I'm using now OBS Studio because it is very common, but you can use other capturing software. All of them have the same capability for doing these things. Look at this. I first go to the properties of my Logitech webcam. And here is what we need. Configure video. It might have other names and other software. Here is a window that I can use for doing those changes that I want. In advanced settings, you can see that there are a lot of things that you can change. First, uncheck everything, because auto means that your webcam is trying to change all of these things based on the light that reaches to it, based on the ambient condition, and etc. But we want to stop it from doing all of these things. It should only take pictures. The exposure. If you increase it slightly, the image gets better. But look, I increase it to the amount that I can. But look, a lot of lag. It signals that it uses a lot of resources in webcam to process the images. So decrease it to the point with a relatively good quality and very low amount of lag. Gain. It really amplifies the light reaches to your webcam. But do we really need it? Everyone at the time of capturing video uses a lot of light. So we don't need amplification. By decreasing it, you are decreasing the load on the weak processor of your webcam. Brightness, contrast, color intensity do not have a lot of impact on your processor inside the webcam. White balance is really tricky. Look at this. If I increase it slightly or decrease it slightly, there is a very small changes in the image. And because it is very sophisticated, I have another recommendation for you. Check it as auto and then uncheck it. It finds a relatively nice point for your white balance. And now everything is manual, meaning that your webcam does not try to process those images. Now I save it. Okay? Now I need to compensate all of those changes that I've created in my webcam configuration from my software. I go to filters. The only thing that you need to do is to work with gamma. Gamma is a relatively sophisticated correction in digital imagery. Think about some light reaches to your eyes. If it increases slightly, you feel a lot of change. But for your webcam, that means a very small amount of change in light. The gamma correction transforms these two things to each other and makes a better sense from things that your webcam can capture. To compare it, I can work with brightness, which is very familiar to anyone. It washes out my image. But when I'm increasing the gamma, it works very naturally. Look, it increases apparently the light of all pixels that you can see at the same time. Now my webcam just takes the images, then sends them to my computer, and the process will be done on my computer. The good news is that the quality of your webcam is higher than what you think. Follow these steps and let your webcam to be a capturing device instead of a processor. Have a nice video recording.